Hey, how about you, everybody? Welcome into the Corner Recruiting Show. I'm your host, Jeffrey Lee, Senior Recruiting Editor for AuburnSports.com. Today is Thursday, February the 5th for you. It is Wednesday evening, February the 4th for us. Keep that in mind moving forward. If we slip up with any today's, tomorrow's, yesterday's, last night's, next day, tomorrow, yesterday, we will do it. We'll make shit up. We don't care. Just remember. Just remember we're recording this on Wednesday. We're going to talk about a lot about Auburn's big junior day this past weekend. Alex Golish also had a signing day press conference. I put that in quotes because it was nothing. They added a punter. And honestly, we'll talk about it later. But we're going to talk a lot about recruiting today because this is a recruiting show. And here to do it with me, as they always are 100% of the time, where the hell is the WDE?
Oh, the basketball. I didn't even see it.
Cole Pinkston, Allen Head. How about you?
How about you?
How about you? I'm trying to bring some balance to the show, right? If we're going to talk about recruiting, we're going to talk about football, and maybe occasionally me and Jeffrey Lee will get into the round ball here.
Little yin and yang.
Yeah, we'll hear Cole from the back call. He say, wet. No.
Little Cheech and Chong. Stella and Rose.
There you go.
Jim and Beam. Hey, before we get started, man, I want to tell everybody if you're looking for a Chevrolet truck, GMC Sierra, you want ready to upgrade that old Toyota Tacoma you got, look no further for the help you need with the automobile. Give old Caleb Schofield a call there at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, exit 62 off of I-85 in Opelika. Pull in there and get ready to smile. Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC is now celebrating over 34 years of serving East Alabama and West Georgia for sales, service, and parts. The inventory is fantastic. 500 new and used vehicles on the ground and on the way. Loaded with over 200 brand new Chevy Silverados. That trail ball Silverado, boy, yes. GMC Sierra trucks, hundreds of pre-owned vehicles ready to go. Just give him a call, Caleb Schofield. What is this number? 334-531-0996. And if you can get in there, you want that how about you special. You get that how about you special. Give him a call, Caleb Schofield there at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, 334-531-0996. Tell him we sent you or tell him you want that how about you special. One of the two. You got to do it. One of the two.
You know, I thought about another pairing. You missed it, man. It should have been Grizzly and Wintergreen. That should have been the two that you put together, big dog.
I thought you were going to say Adams.
Ooh, there you go.
Saw Jay Lee's Pinkhead talk about the cereals on the corner today, but cereal and milk for sure. That's got me thinking. I'm gonna have to go get some after reading that. My top three, man. I love cereal. It's almost an addiction.
Really?
I don't bring it into my house because I will eat a box of it in 2 days. So,
what's your go-to?
Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes, huh?
Or Reese's Puffs. I don't know if you ever had those.
Sure.
Fantastic.
I'm a Lucky Charm.
Lucky Charms kind of guy?
You know, those are the ones I don't like. Like Lucky Charms.
You
Too
guys
sweet for you, ain't it?
Yeah, you guys would never believe this. I'm a Quaker Oat Squares guy.
Now, don't get me wrong here. I don't doubt that for 1 second. I'm not surprised at all. But the Raisin Bran Crunch or something about
honey bunches of oats.
It's okay.
Love it.
And some of them got some clusters in it too.
The one with almonds is the one I really like.
Not a big cereal, but I love a good cereal.
Somebody posted one with strawberries. That doesn't sound like me.
Have you ever been the guy to cut up the strawberries and put on top of your cereal like they do in the commercials or on the box?
I don't like strawberries.
So, no, I dig strawberries, but not in my. I don't put fruit in my cereal. Just don't do it, man.
I hear you. All right, fellas. Over more than, excuse me, JG Tate. He always gets on to me when anybody says over using numbers. More than 100 visitors came to the Plains on Saturday. He also hates planes. Also, apologize for that. More than 100 recruits attended Auburn's Junior Day on Saturday, this past Saturday, and I think we agreed, including 28s, man, like half of them were dudes. Like I think
Yes.
I think I said a third, and that's probably 2027s. You throw in the 2028s like Nehemiah McCary, those cats like that. You're pushing, 45 to 50 like real dudes. It was Cole described it as a big cat feel. There were a lot of top elite recruits there, a lot of buzz, a lot of different ways of going about things. And we talked a little bit about it to open the call-in show on Sunday. But for those who weren't listening or watching, we will find you. But Cole, give us kind of your rundown that you did the other day about what the feel of Saturday and that junior day.
Yeah, it just didn't feel like it was their first rodeo, which it somewhat was as staff at Auburn, and they had the Tiger Day or whatever. But this was definitely on a bigger scale with all the guys you mentioned, and just the even going back through these interviews as we're putting those out, Jeffrey. Like they did a good job. They somehow got one-on-one time with certain guys. They got a lot of staffers. I think that's just. I'm getting used to having so many. Every position's got a position coach, then an assistant coach, then someone else that helps out, and you got your whole recruiting staff. I mean, they really divided and conquered, and they figured it out. They had it planned out. It's like they had it written down. This is your job. This is where you need to be at 3:02. This is where you need to be at 3:05. I just thought it was just meticulously detailed, and I am impressed with it. The more I think back to it, and the day that it was, I'm impressed. I think the fallout, maybe that's not the right word, but what we're hearing off of some of these guys that visited is favorable. And I think they're going to be in it with a lot of the big time recruits that were there. If they were there, I think Auburn's in it.
Alex Golesh talked a lot about that today, Wednesday, in his signing day press conference is what they called it. But it was more about basically getting to know him a little bit more, getting him in front of the media a little bit more. I forgot what we were talking about.
His press conference.
Yeah, but what was he talking about?
I'm assuming
what was my point?
I know where you're going. He said something along the lines of we tried to get into some battles and we weren't sure if we would be able to, and now we are, or something like that.
Yes, and you saw that with Joshua Dobson, who came to the Tiger Day, the 5-star cornerback, and that was. And I was actually going to ask this question. I think Kristen got a little bit out of him on this. It's kind of like you're behind the 8 ball on a lot of these 2027s because these guys, their recruitments are so fast forwarded to what it used to be. I mean, you remember official visits in January. Now these kids are taking them in late May and early June and making decisions. It's commitment season, then it's decommitment season, then it's recommitment season. So when you're coming in on a job in December and you're trying to get these relationships, these kids' recruitments are already halfway done. And Joshua Dobson even said that when he came to Tiger Day. He was like, man, I've had my finalists, but, this really gave me a lot to think about. Now, Auburn ultimately is not in his final group. Will that change? Absolutely. And my thing is you build these relationships with not only the kids, but the coaches and the parents specifically. And then what do you do in the fall? You do what Charlie Sheen does best. You win.
Yes.
Winning. And then when that recommitment season comes, after commitment season and decommitment season, and then it's time to put pen to paper. If you've got 7, 8 wins and a good looking product and something more to sell than just hope and playing time, now we're talking.
I agree. And so I was talking pre-show with you guys, like, what is the value of a junior day now? With everything, with NIL, with the transfer portal, roster instability all over the place, right? You really can't predict one year to the next. What is the purpose of a junior day now? And I think you just talked about it, Jeffrey. It is creating that conversation and getting somebody on your campus who may not be on your board right now. Not unless you plan on going into the initial negotiation season / commitment season, overpaying somebody tenfold. That's how you get in this conversation. I thought Pete Nakos had a great article today where he spoke with, 10 to 15, I think, athletic directors or general managers spread across college football. And they talked about the various things that go on behind the scenes and who's overpaying for players and who's getting them at great value, right? And teams like Georgia that get them at great value because of that sustained production. Now, what you're talking about is building that brand and that sustained production. But to do that, I think you have to cultivate that initial relationship. And that's what the Junior Day did. I think it gets their foot in the door with a lot of these guys like a Munchon Sales. Maybe you can make a move on an Izzy Abrams. I think there are people that like Auburn's position. We're being a little bit more cautious here. And I agree with that, not only because of maybe the negotiation that's going to go into that and the money, but maybe there's a prospect that emerges that Auburn might like better. And I think you guys can potentially talk about that. But a lot of relationship building here. And I think it was great for you guys to be able to see the organization and probably some of Alex Golish's background, right? He's been a recruiting coordinator at 3 different stops. We talk about now the organization, the structure, the attention to detail. Jeffrey, you can remember this. Cole, I don't know your familiarity with what staffs used to be like, but there used to be one like director of player personnel and then a recruiting coordinator, and that was your entire recruiting staff, right?
Yeah.
And so there was a lot on the recruiting coordinator's plate. Yeah. But for him to have that role at Toledo, Illinois, and as well as Iowa State, not easy places to recruit. You have to figure out a way to separate yourself, and you better make sure that you're being efficient with kids' times. And I think you see that in his staff now. It's reflective of probably his background and the way he wants things. And it's really been good to hear your guys reporting because I trust you more than anyone. And then to also kind of bank some things off people I've talked to as far as the layout and what they were able to accomplish.
Yeah, another guy, just to what you were saying, Jeffrey, who had named a top 5 before this staff got in place or around the time, was Reed Ramsire, the offensive lineman from Orlando. He had Alabama, Georgia, Miami, Ohio State, and Texas. That was his top 5. And he showed out at the Navy All-American camp. He was one of the young ones that was there. And I come away thinking, and Chad Simmons reiterated this, I think Auburn's legitimate here. Like, actually not top 5, but going to have a chance with this guy. I mean, that's
the purpose of the Junior Day.
There you go.
Right. And he was the guy that was the first offer that was made by Tyler Hudanick, however you say his name, Coach Hoodie. And got him there. That was the first time down. He had gone to see him like once or twice during the eval period, contact period, and they've made a huge move for that guy. And there's others. We're still learning. We haven't figured them all out yet. But getting some of those guys like that on campus was huge. Cameron Wagner was another one from Illinois. Seems like they got a little Illinois connection going on there.
Little Vontrell King Williams action, maybe.
There's that, I believe. There's another one, Jeffrey. We met him the other day. Jack Taylor.
The assistant tight ends coach, yes.
Jack Taylor is from that area. I think they got another one. I'm not sure. But they got a little connection going there with him and Myson Johnson-Cook, running back. Jeffrey is also from that area. There was another one from Illinois.
St. Louis, right? Isn't that where he's from?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, St. Louis. Yep. Yeah. So,
but I mean, that's borderline right there, man.
Monson Sales is from that area too, I believe. But he's originally from Birmingham. But they got these connections, man. And I think Junior Day can also be a pre-portal thing. Okay, you have to have these relationships with guys to get in it with them when they're in the portal one day, and they probably will be. Some of them will. Law of averages says they will. So
sure. And what did Golish say today? He said of the guys we signed out of the portal, 3 out of every 4 there were pre-existing relationships there, and he said, and he emphasizes real relationships. So you're building real relationships with these kids, so that 1 year, 2 years down the road, when they're looking for a new home, and you've got a need for a cornerback. And you go, hey, Dobson.
Yeah.
Hey, whoever.
Because he said the ones that he didn't have the relationships, he's like sliding in their DMs like, sup?
Yeah. You up?
But it was a good day for Auburn. Man, the decor, the videos, the itinerary, the food, everything was very impressive to watch, to witness. the coaches there, and got really good reviews. Took them to the stadium. It was kind of the last deal. They kept them all at the football facility, fed them, had sessions with them, film sessions, met with them. Then they bust them down to the stadium for a quick little video on the Jumbotron. They all went out on the field, got to witness that, kind of got an idea of being down on the field and then looking at that Jumbotron and kind of getting a feel of what it would be like, with these, 90,000 people going crazy. So it was, and then had the milkshake truck. They're waiting on them.
Yeah, on the way out.
So it was a good day. I think, Cole, some of the top storylines that we took away from it. I think you wrote a story on Donovan Moore. I thought that was maybe tops for me. Donovan Moore, the number one player in the state, defensive lineman from Hueytown, has had Auburn at the top for years, literally, and was close to committing a year ago and kind of held off, kind of waiting to see what happened. Of course, things didn't go Auburn's way. And then Hugh Freeze gets fired, and then you're wondering what happens with Vontrell King-Williams, and then Vontrell King-Williams is retained, and then Donovan Moore was invited to Junior Day, Tiger Day.
Yes.
Tiger Day, expected to be there, was a no-show, and a lot of folks will find this funny because he had car problems.
It happens. Hey, it's cold.
It was. So to see him back on campus and then to see what he says when he left, which was Auburn is still number one, I thought to me was one of the big – because, sure, Monshawn Sells, anything he says is a headline. Elijah Haven, anything he says is a headline. But when you have the number one player in the state say Auburn still leads for me.
Well, that was my question. I literally said to him, you've named Auburn number one more times. You've done it plenty of times. Where
never
you
really denied it, I don't think.
Well, he's been open about it. And these days, hey, that's my number one school is just as good as a commitment.
Sure.
That's the way I see it.
Absolutely.
So he's Auburn's to lose, definitely. And they blew him away again. And it was not Vontrell King-Williams he talked about this time, which he did, but it was Alex Golesh. In fact, the quote, and I had to put it on Twitter, it was, "Oh my God, Alex Golesh." That was it. That's what he said. Oh my God. It was great. I don't know how we did it, but we struck up a relationship immediately. And he loved him.
We talk about, and we hate the question, and we get it always, but can't miss recruits in every class. And we talk about can't miss portion of that question is not tied to, we've got to have him because he's so good. For us, it's more of a public perception. You can't miss Donovan Moore at this point, or it's a huge loss for you. And I don't care how good he turns out or if he's a bust.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, I agree. And in society, we have this issue right now where we want to declare everything is good or everything bad, or this guy sucks or this guy's great. But in this case, right, like when we're declaring a can't miss, this would be really bad if you miss, right? Not just because he's a great player, but because of the perceived lead that you have. And if you don't land him, what went wrong? You would need to kind of do an autopsy, right, of like what went sideways for this not to happen for Auburn at this point.
It was the same with the in-state trio in 2025 with Malik Autry, Antonio Coleman, and Jordan Crawford, and you got them all. Antonio Coleman didn't work out. It's going to happen like that sometimes. But
if you hit 2 out of 3,
yeah, look, those guys are fixing to be big contributors in year 2 for them. I think the 3 this year are Donovan Moore, Carlos May, and Elijah Brown. And there's others too. There's some other guys to watch in state, but those are the big 3 that Vontrell King-Williams has been on. They've all now been to a Junior Day or a Tiger Day. And you can't miss if you're labeling it that. Those are the 3, I guess, right?
I think so. I think in state. Let me ask you guys a question real quick, deviating slightly. We've talked a little bit about Vontrell King-Williams, and I think Alex Golesh hit this in his press conference today, but talk to me about the staff and their influence on getting some of these kids here. We know we talked about DVD, and I think he's great. But some of these other guys that have regional ties, like a Coleman Hutzler, like Tim Banks, like Larry Scott and Larry Porter, and their influence on maybe their understanding of Auburn, the landscape. How vital do you think they are of what Auburn's been able to accomplish so far?
Okay. I'm a little torn on this question.
Okay.
And here's why. We saw Ben Angamoa get so many studs on campus.
There you go.
We saw him from all over the damn world, from the globe, son. He went international, if you consider. Oh, he went uncontinental.
Okay.
Okay. He went uncontinental. So I'm not ready to bring them their coffee yet for getting these guys in. Not yet. I will say that Coleman Hutzler, after Saturday, he's better than I thought, and he's pretty damn good. Okay. Not only is he better than I thought, but he's pretty damn good. I got to watch him a little bit. Yeah. And I'd watched the other guys. I don't know if I just didn't notice him or it's just, you know what I mean? But Saturday I did, and especially after talking to Chicken, Jabarius Garor.
Right.
Now that's one.
That was where I was going with this.
That's one of those where I think that commitment's a little shaky.
Oh, I think it's 50-50 at best for Bama.
I think so. And who's the school he keeps visiting? It's Auburn. There's others, but Auburn's kind of becoming a constant there. That's one. I can't
remember his words, but it was like he was basically saying, and I was talking to him. I mean, he was like, "Yeah, I'm committed to Bama, but man, this place is bad." I mean, I love the staff.
Yeah.
I love Coach Hutzler. I love Coach Durkin. I love Coach Alex Golish. I love the relationships I have with these guys. So he's another. Honestly, I don't think he's not a can't miss guy, but at this point, I'm telling you, it's 50-50 at best for Bama.
It's going to be a big one in this class too. I think you can get 2 to 3. Honestly, you could go that deep with it, and maybe a guy, maybe like a developmental guy. In terms of that, there's a kid from Helena who was there who's 6'5", 215 pounds. He's got the look. DJ Williams is his name. He does not have an offer yet, but he was invited to this day, and you know how that is. Very important.
He's pretty.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Looks kind of like a basketball player, honestly. He has that look. Yeah. Tall. He's got to fill out some more, but that's the guy that he's keeping tabs on. I think he's filled out his edge board really nicely, and they're going to have to get some. You got to refill that room.
The kid from Montgomery Academy who was also there.
Absolutely.
Gordon. There's another one, Barack Willis.
Barack Willis. Who's the young man from Georgia just across the line at Troop that they're recruiting?
Jabias Smith, is it?
Jabias Smith, who was there for
Tiger Day.
Yes. That may be, like, if you were putting a 5 names to know, that might be your 5 names to know early, very early, right? We're still not completely through eval season yet.
How about Caleb Spivey?
Mm-hmm. MJ Evans.
Okay.
MJ Evans, he was there too, wasn't he?
Yep.
Formerly of Minor. Sorry. Different.
Freaking Vikakis. Vikakis stole him, took him to Spain Park. No, actually, we met Abrams, the former Minor coach, is now at Spain Park too. So he's got but Braden Gordon, just looking up the list here, Braden Gordon, definitely a name to watch. George Lamons.
Yes.
George Lamons. I think Auburn's in that one more than.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to have a story on him on Thursday.
Tight end out of South Georgia, right?
Yep. Quitman, Georgia. Auburn really likes him. Jatori Williams, the big offensive tackle.
Oh, yeah.
I guess he's a swing guy.
I was going to say, do you think he's going to play interior or do you think he's going to play tackle? I mean, looking at his tape, he looks like he's going to play guard to me.
Yeah.
I think so.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when you see him, you go, he could. I guess what's funny, and me and Caldwell were talking about this the other day, is like when you looked at Jatori Williams 20 years ago, like that's a freaking tackle.
All day.
All freaking day. You're not 6'2", 6'3", you're tackle. Now he's 6'5", 320, and we're talking about playing guard.
Think about how massive the human beings are playing this game right now, man.
What about old Cuz's little brother, Landon G?
Oh, God.
He's day in the morning.
Massive.
Yeah, he's something else.
Yeah, he ate his
years old. He's 7 foot tall. He's a future 5-star.
I think he is.
He's a future five star. I watched his film from the Atlanta Combine, the Rivals Combine in Atlanta this past weekend. It was the same day as or the day before Junior Day, and he was just stonewalling kids that were 4 years older than him.
You know that those combines took a little hit too because of the scheduling, and I usually go to those. And there's another one I'll probably try to make it to, but it was all 28s. I mean, there was like 127 on the list, which is so strange. But they're all at Junior Days. They're all getting visited by coaches, so they can't make it to this right now.
Yeah, the schedule, man. I mean, everybody hates the schedule.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's accelerated. So now, look, I mean, you're not even – a lot of times, I mean, that Under Armour camp has been a big tool for where's the guy at? What does it look like against some of that competition? What's his numbers, his verified numbers? We get all that. And that was a big, hey, I like this guy. I got to see him here. No, I mean, they've already moved past that. We're further on than usual.
How much do you guys hear on your end as far as people in the industry from your side and then coaches that complain about the current schedule of college football and the way it's constructed? Is that like the number one gripe you think you guys
hear?
100%.
Yeah. 100% of them complain about it 100% of the time.
I mean, to the tune of buying air mattresses for the office.
Yeah. Sleeping in the office, literally.
Yeah. That's true.
And think about what Goa said today. Like, not only does he have the transfer portal going on, a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and 27's Tiger Day, and staff and all this, and going on the road to recruit. Hell, it was contact period. They were on the road in between. There was like defensive line transfers coming out while the offensive line coach is going on the road. Ghost is going over here to meet with this guy, then flying back over here. And on top of all of that, he's got speaking engagements with the freaking touchdown club down the street, or the Macon quarterback club. I mean, so these cats, it's just so much for them.
And not just them, but think about the people on your side that are trying to coordinate these combine camps and things that can't do it because they're having to work around Junior Days and everything else. Like, it's just, we have made the schedule so condensed and so congested. I think sometimes I wonder if the president of the NCAA just looks at this and says, we could do this so much better. We could dominate the calendar if we really wanted to, and stretch this out by moving the transfer portal window, by moving, back to to actual signing day, to creating summer OTAs versus having to have spring training. Like, there's so many different things that could be done. But anyway, I'm pulling us away from what we're here.
Oh, yeah, we could spend a whole show talking about how.
Yes,
but real quick though, Alex Golesh, everybody looks at that and like what Jeffrey just ran down there of just a typical day in his life, and they're like, how does he's got to be dying. I'm telling you, I can tell by that guy's spirit. He digs it, dude. He is into it. Like, he might get tired at the end of the day, but he's looking forward to the next thing. Let's go.
It's a young man's game now.
It is.
It is. It
Those
really is.
60-year-old coaches don't want to do this shit, man.
No, and I don't blame them.
I don't blame them either.
No. I mean, think about you guys from your perspective, how time consuming it was for you to cover it, much less be the person that's orchestrating it.
Right. We were barely scratching the surface on what those cats were doing. And I'm, we're done. I mean, you get home, you're done. And they don't get to go home. Like, they're not walking out to the car going, damn, it's 7:30. I've been here since 8. And I'm finally getting home. I'm going to shut it off and I'm going to go to bed. No, hell no. They're back on the phones. They're in the air. They're gone.
That's what I'm saying, though. And we do love it, Jeffrey, but it is work at the end of the day. For them,
sure.
Man, it ain't a job to him. You can tell, like, he is ready for the next event. Let's get to the next one. His mind's turning on the guys he can get in his class. Like, it's constant. And now he's in football mode, I can tell, because I heard him say it today. He's like, all right, this was fun. I'm ready to do football. Let's do some football.
You remember what he said is, I don't have hobbies, but it's because, it's not his job, man. This is his life.
Yes.
And DJ Durkin is the same way. And I love DJ Durkin for this because his wife and his son, they're up there. I see them just as much. Like, that's their life, man. He's not going home. He's not clocking out. he's not going to play golf.
Yeah.
No.
He doesn't have hobbies. This is his life. His hobby is maybe 2 weeks a year taking the kids to Disney World.
Yeah.
And to be honest, DJ Durkin still being here is probably because of his family and how much they appreciate being in Auburn. If we're being completely honest,
Man, I love that family.
Yes, deserve a lot of credit for that. But it's not that I don't think Alex Golesh was able to, say some enticing things to recruit him to stay. But being here, family already settled, don't have to shuffle them around again. With the way that they have to work now, that played in Auburn's favor in that situation, in my opinion.
And that's the thing, too, when you look at this whole thing, he gets it. Like,
Yes.
Okay, you might have your doubts about Alex Golesh. I can understand that. And I have a few myself that I want to see something before I can just go, yeah, that's it.
Right.
With Durkin, I know he gets it. He does.
You've seen it.
Yeah. We've seen it on the field. We've seen it in recruiting. There's nothing else to really doubt him with.
Retention?
Yes.
So it's like, how could they not be successful? I mean, look, we've said this about Auburn before, and it has absolutely happened. But, it's just there's a lot of things in motion here that make you go, yeah. And the thing, Jeffrey, about the visit, I think this was Alan's original question like 20 minutes ago.
Full circle, Cole. Full circle. Bring us back.
There you go.
This particular junior day does impress me. Like it does, because I won't go into it too seriously. I don't want to say it, but the way that they formulated it, the way that they didn't have much time to put it together, I was questioning if they could get these guys on campus. I was. And now I've seen it. That was Big Cat-esque. And you did it for a junior day.
Check mark, right?
But again, at the same time, you are more, I would say you're closer to where Big Cat would usually be held in a cycle right now in January, February, where it was in the summer. Like, that's way too late now. You can't do that in the summer.
No, I think what you just said is invaluable, Cole, because what you're trying to apply is nuance and context to an event, right? And basically stating that this is a metric point for you. We needed to see what this staff was going to be able to do from a top-end recruiting standpoint with high school recruiting prospects, right? We needed to see how they were going, if they were going to be able to get blue chippers on campus, and then how successful they would be in their initial interactions. Now, again, Jeffrey's point stands. Let's wait until we get into official visit season / contract negotiation season, right?
Sure.
Because, and look, I love Tank Proctor as a prospect. I think the kid's going to be great. But if you told me that he'd flip tomorrow, I would buy it, because we're not through the wave of visits he's going to go through and the various numbers are going to be tossed his way. That's what we're getting ready for.
All you're working for right now is to get a seat at the table.
Yes.
It used to be a hat on the table. Now you want a seat at the table, negotiation table. That's what it is. You can build the relationships all you want. But when it comes down to it, it's going to be money for a lot of them.
We still haven't hit where the rubber meets the road with that yet. We're not there.
No.
But as far as step 1 or step 2, wherever they're at right now, yeah, I mean, this is what it needs to look like.
Right.
They got that going. Right. And I know their money strategy is different. I know it is. So that's where I was like, okay, how's that going to work? I don't know. I saw it work with Hugh Freeze and his staff and the way they went about their business.
Right.
From a recruiting standpoint, you can't deny it. I mean, yeah, it didn't work out on the field, but and there are some people that would argue with that and say that they didn't have the appropriate talent, but they did. They had the appropriate talent. That was not the problem. They got it accumulated, and I didn't know how this staff was going to match up with that, and I still don't, but I know that they're off to a great start with it. I mean, they have started well.
I agree, Cole. Modern day roster construction, and I think the biggest thing that gives me some confidence, right, is that they recognize positions of need. They're addressing that through numbers, through quality, and through who they've been able to bring on campus. And again, we'll see how they close, because like Jeffrey said, The relational piece is getting into the top 5, so you're at the negotiating table when the time comes, right? And then we'll see, because your front office, whoever your front office is going to buy you a couple players. It's just how it works. Sure. Unless you're Georgia, who's getting a discount on everybody pretty much at this point. It comes down to money and who you can pay. And, and then I guess there's the piece of how do you sell the NFL part of it? How do you sell the NFL part? Because that also will buy you discount because you're selling a bigger paycheck way down the road.
And think about that NACO's article you referenced earlier. Georgia was paying; they were smart with their money. Yes. They weren't having to pay as much. No, they're Georgia.
Yes.
And so that was something else to think about. Hey, Juan, we got a little change of topics here. Got my Brunt hat on. I'll be working with my Brunt workwear. Still rocking my Marins, man. These are my everyday boots, folks. We got a special promo for you. Get $10 off Brunt with the promo code War Eagle. Go to bruntworkwear.com/War Eagle, and you'll get $10 off your first pair. If you're not familiar with Brunt, you should be. You really should be. I get asked about these boots all the time. They're made for blue collar guys. But they got the white guys, the white collar guys that can do it too. For right now, for a limited time, our listeners get $10 off Brunt Workwear when you use the promo code War Eagle at checkout. Just head to bruntworkwear.com. Use the promo code War Eagle. You're good to go. Brunt was tired of that workwear brands. They was always cutting corners, man. They was doing the cheap stuff. They was going to turn to the fashion. They were looking at the fashion. So Brunt came up and built the perfect boot, already broken in. You don't have to worry about breaking those sumbitches in. You can put them on and just head out the door. So for a limited time, get $10 off Brunt when you use the promo code War Eagle at checkout. Just head to bruntworkwear.com. Use the promo code War Eagle. You're good to go. And after your order, they'll ask where you heard about Brunt. And you say, auburnsports.com's the corner call-in show. No, the recruiting show. Either one of them. Appreciate Brunt sponsoring the show.
How have they held up in the brunt of the Alabama winter here?
Ooh,
listen, Cole. When I tell you these are my everyday boots, that's what I wear. And like when I go fill up my feeders, check my gang cam, my trail cam, I got my Brunts on. I'm crossing creeks. They're waterproof. They're Brogans. And I don't know, man. Like I said, I was not a fan until I put them on. Changed my life. Brunt Workwear life-changing boots. That's what they come to me for that.
There you
go. Go to Brunt Workwear, man, and get you some. You will not be disappointed. You will not regret it.
They once made a movie about Air and the Michael Jordan negotiation for his shoes. See, one day we're going to have an infomercial with Jeffrey Lee and Brunt.
That's right.
Bank on it, baby.
Well, it's easy to sell stuff you truly believe in.
There you go. I like that.
It's a good movie, by the way.
Very good movie.
Yeah,
it is. Hey, real quick, let's run down the list of guys that were here. And Zach, I'll share my page and we'll just run down the list. We won't spend too much time on these cats. Most of them we have had exit interview stories about, but we'll just make a real quick run down this list. Okay, got it pulled up. Marshawn Sales, 5-star wide receiver from Indiana via Birmingham, grew up an Alabama fan. I think Alabama is the perceived team to beat. I don't have any reason to doubt that. No. I think Auburn kind of,
they got in the conversation, right?
Yeah, there you go. I wouldn't even say a foot in the door yet, but they're definitely in the conversation.
He wasn't looking at them, and now he's going to tune into a game for sure.
There you go. Elijah Haven said all the right things.
I've asked on that one, and it's not that Auburn's not in the game. I think they're in it. I don't think they're going to be eventually the landing spot for him.
I don't either. I like Auburn better for at least two others. I like Auburn better for Easy Abrams. I like Auburn better for Jamison Roberts.
Hang on to that one. Let's come back to that young man, okay?
As a matter of fact, Alan, you put up a post and you had him at 4.
I did.
And I was going to say, I would probably. I'm glad he was in your top 4. I might even have him in my top 2 to 3.
When I asked intel wise, definitely, I think maybe top 2 was the feedback that I got. I randomly just kind of put them up. It wasn't like where I have them at. It was just these are 5 guys that I'm paying attention to that I think are on there.
I think you hit a grand slam.
I'll tell you what, getting to know Jamison Roberts over the past, I've known him since he was in 9th grade when he was at Mobile Christian, talked to him there, and dude loves some Auburn. So I think that would be a nice little match if Auburn starts pushing for him like it could happen. It definitely happen.
It could.
And listen, I fully expect this kid, if he's as good as what I've been told he is, I fully expect him to be a top 300 recruit by the time December rolls around.
He's one of those guys. He's just getting better. He's just steadily getting better out there.
This is the difference between him and Izzy Abrams for me, right? And that's who I would put, presently speaking, probably in the top 2 with. And you guys correct me on his last name because Lord knows I'm not going to be able to say it. But is it Menzel?
Menzel. Yeah.
Will Menzel probably somewhere in there, whether he's 2, 3.
Yeah.
I think Jamison Roberts still has some rawness to him where you can tell on tape when you watch Izzy Abrams in his drop and his mechanics when he throws. He's been very well coached for a long time. Like been with a quarterback coach the whole 9. And so for me personally, when I see that much refinement at that age, I start to wonder what your ceiling really is. Where with Roberts, I see a kid that's just scratching the surface of what he can be. And if you're talking about somebody that's going to fit the role of what Byron Brown is now,
yes,
it is this young man, and it is not Izzy. Though Izzy's a great quarterback, don't get me wrong. I think he's obviously very talented. But I think Jamison Roberts is a lot closer to what you presently have on campus than what Izzy Abrams is, in my opinion.
You know, the first time I talked to Jamison, he has a brother named Jackson, and Jackson went to Tuskegee as a safety, and Jamison was younger than him and also was looking at being a safety at the time. And quarterback was kind of, we're going to try quarterback too. So he's one of those guys that's just a really, really good athlete that's starting to work into that quarterback position. He's at Saraland. You're just not going to get much better than that as far as competition and a good system for a quarterback to learn. And he's had Deshaun Spencer, and he's got all those playmakers over there. He's just getting better, man. And he's an athlete who can run and do a lot of things. And Auburn staff seems to have really they got their attention on him right now.
Myson Johnson Cook may be the top running back on the board.
Yes.
He is he's pretty. he spent all weekend in Auburn. Donovan Moore, we talked about him earlier, another big dog defensive lineman that was at Auburn on Saturday. Sam Lejeune from Poplarville, from Mississippi. Love him. Auburn really high on him. We talked about Chicken. We talked about Jatori Williams there at Phoenix City, Central Phoenix City. Mooney Gibson had a lot of really good things to say about Larry Porter, about the relationship he has in his building. And, man, he was really blown away by a lot of things that he saw Saturday. I thought he had a really good interview when he left. We talked about George Lamons. I think he is an absolute top tight end target for Auburn. Cole mentioned Cameron Wagner from Illinois, big offensive tackle. Braden Tyson, another big-time running back, Miami commit. Jalen Jones was there. Bryce Williams, 4-star cornerback from Fort Lauderdale. Barack Willis we talked about. Elijah Brown we talked about. Speedy. No, it's not Speedy. That's Anthony Jennings. I was thinking of Speedy Jenkins. Is that him? Is that Speedy?
Jennings. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who else I'm thinking of. Either way.
Speedy Jennings. He goes by Speedy.
Okay. That's who I'm thinking of. Okay. Yeah, Speedy was there. And there's your, what'd you call his name? Reed?
Ramsire. He said it for me.
Okay. Hey, we forgot about J.J. Brown. Good-looking kid from Parkview.
Best frame award for sure goes to J.J. Brown. I didn't know who he was before. I'll be completely honest, but I do now, and I guarantee you Auburn does.
And if you're at Auburn, being involved in Parkview is a place that you want to recruit year in, year out, right?
Home of?
Boy, do they
is
Jay
it
Crawford?
Brad Lester.
I was going to say Brad Lester.
I was thinking Jake Crawford.
And my man from the Braves from back in the day.
Yeah.
Man, who was that?
Was it Frank Gore?
Yeah, Jeff Francoeur, man. If you know, Jeff Francoeur used to be a stud. Wasn't he committed to Clemson, I think, to play football and baseball, and then ended up turning
that sounds
coach on
right.
the Braves? Like stud back in the day, man.
Man, that school, I'm looking at their top alumni. Mike Matthews was a 5-star.
Yeah.
Cortez Smith, y'all remember him?
Yep.
That went to Georgia. Antonio White was a big guy out of there.
He went to Rutgers, and then he hit the portal a year later, right?
Yes. He's at Georgia Southern now.
Okay.
Cody Brown was a big running back from there. Ira Singleton, Ira Singleton played for USF and was one of their better players on defense. He went to USF from Parkview. So they do have a
connection there.
An in there.
We talked about MJ Evans, Caleb Spivey, Abram Eisenhower. Cole had a report on him on Wednesday. Terrence Warren, Cole. He was a good-looking cat from Carver.
Terrence Warren, yeah, that's another school, Alan. Carver, Columbus. That you
Definitely a school. Yes. Being right there in the proximity to Auburn, absolutely.
Former teammates with Parker Pritchett, I would assume. And they always seem to have linemen at that school. Defensive lineman, offensive lineman. He's another one. Add him to the list. He's got the look for sure.
Nash Johnson is committed to Alabama from McEachern, which used to be loaded back in the day. He has, according to Chad Simmons, already set up his official visit to Auburn for June 4th through the 6th. That's going to be a big weekend.
Yeah, that's also going to be Donovan Moore, I believe.
Okay.
I will be honest. I do pay attention to national media, but when Chad Simmons says something, it gets my attention.
Especially these kids around, especially in Georgia, and he's good with us for sure.
I mean, throughout the Southeast, Chad is undoubtedly scoop master when it comes to that, man. So when he says something like that, that definitely grabs my attention.
Chad doesn't put in predictions because the one he put in before is going to be wrong. Like when that's why I put more stock into Chad Simmons than I do for a lot of folks, man.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't do something unless it's 100%.
He's very confident.
Yes,
he's very confident. Some of these, and again, this is one of those lists that I want to be curious to look back on in December because now we're getting down into the 3 stars.
Yeah,
like we've been in the 3 stars since MJ Evans, Caleb Spivey, Abram Eisenhower, Terrence Warren, Nash Johnson. Even Cincinnati running back Javaris Warner was there. Now he looked tiny to me, but Auburn likes him.
But you know what? Every staff
has your Troop County.
Oh yeah, Troop County. Every staff has that one position that they will just, no matter what, even if the room looks good, they're going to stock up. And I feel like running back is going to be the one. Tight end might be as well.
Sure.
They want that running back room right, and that makes me proud. I love it. I just didn't like the way it was. I just felt that there was some to be desired, and not necessarily the pieces they were putting in it, but they needed more over the past few years.
Cole said, put some respect on it. Come on now.
Speaking of putting some respect on it, these last 4, these are the lowest ranked of the visitors. And I tell you what, these cats got as much, if not more, attention from coaches than anybody otherwise. Cedric Simmons is kind of a riser, but Deshaun Hall.
Yes. Keep an eye on that one.
Keep an eye on this kid from Prattville, folks.
Yeah, and he's a basketball prospect as well. That's what you'll see on his profile there. But he's going to be a football guy.
You can go football.
Yep, there you go.
How about that?
He's going to be. I don't know if he's going to do both, but he's starting to really heat up as a football prospect from Prattville there. So I'd expect that to be in his future.
I think he's a mid-major guy in basketball. In football, he is a Power 5 guy, Power 4 guy all the way. And likely an SEC player.
He has an SEC frame. I'll go ahead and tell you.
I think consistency is probably. It was maybe his first year playing football last fall. Predominantly had been a basketball player before that.
He's fairly new. And
Yeah,
the last staff really liked him. They were going to watch him closely, and I was curious what this staff was going to be like. But like Jeffrey said, he got all kinds of attention.
So did this cat. So did this cat. DJ Durkin was all over this cat.
Yep. Joakim Gouda. Awesome name, by the way.
Yes.
DJ's got an eye for defensive talent, obviously, linebackers specifically. But, I'll tell you, Jeremiah Culpepper, another unranked guy, I think, right now that they absolutely love.
Is he Troop County too?
I don't know if he's Troop County or not. I think he's just – is he Macon? Is he Troop County?
Who are you talking about?
Jeremiah Culpepper.
Culpepper. He was a big one from the Tiger Day.
Yeah, he's Troop County as well.
Okay.
The school's loaded this year.
Oh, there it was.
I'm curious to see how this holds up in the last two cycles when DJ Durkin locked in on somebody at linebacker. He spoke it into existence pretty much. He got him. So this is the guy. I think he went and saw him once or maybe twice during the period there. Got him on campus. A lot of schools are on him. He's going to be one of the stock risers for sure. I'm curious if that holds true with this new staff. Does DJ Durkin still get his guy? Right now, I believe it to be true.
Yeah. No reason to doubt him.
It's early, and then we need to get out of here after this. But real quick question to you two guys, because you were there. You saw the people in the building. Between Tiger Day and this Junior Day, what position group on defense and offense were you most impressed with the kids they were able to get on campus? Not like where you felt like there was the most accumulation of dudes, guys that are Power 5 guys that they got on campus.
I wrote down, I think DVD has gotten in some studs in the defensive backfield.
Okay.
Quietly.
Yeah. I agree. I completely agree on that. And then defensive line. I think
defensive line, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think running back.
On offense, mine was running back. And offensive line, too.
They're bringing in some stud running backs. The thing is, too, you look at Auburn's running back room, they're losing Cobb and Tay Meadows, right?
That sounds right.
Everybody else is pretty young. I mean, if they lost Jeremiah Cobb and Tay Meadows, they're back to where they were as far as numbers in the room.
Yeah.
Think about that.
And then you're probably always hedging for one guy hitting the portal, right? I mean, at this point in time, you're probably always going to kind of recruit to protect yourself because you don't know what's going to happen after the season's over.
Yeah, so I guess they're going to get one running back in this class. They could go as far as two, but it feels like they'll leave a spot for the portal. They had a lot of success there. They'll probably try that again. But I'm impressed with the guys. The Myson Johnson Cook, is that his name?
Yep.
There's another one there too. There's another one. I can't think of his name right now, but another big back. They like the big backs.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
I can see him going for big and then getting like a Mooney to go along with him.
Oh yeah, definitely. They're going to have every skill set they can acquire in the running back room.
Yeah, that's the thing, Cole. That's a great point, man. It's not like, we're zoned in. He's a smaller back. He's not going to fit in our offense. Even Golish said it today, Wednesday, in his press conference. Like, we're building our offense around our talent.
Well, that's the thing with
we're not forcing these guys into doing something they can't do. We're going to see what we can do right in spring, and we're going to see what we don't do as well. And we're going to build our system around it.
Quarterback, too. They're doing that. I mean, they've done it. The guys that Golish has had, they don't all resemble each other. They've been different. Hendon Hooker, I mean, compare him to Byron Brown. They're completely different styles of quarterbacks. But they made it work. They tailored around that.
Let's see. So moving forward, folks, the next month is dead period. Things will kick back up in March, but we're expecting some official visits to be set. They already are. So that we still got a lot to do as far as the month of February goes. So stick around to auburnsports.com. Before we get out of here, got some how abouties?
Yeah. I I'm going to go with one here, Toomer Street Rec Center.
Oh yeah, he's good.
No, I like him. He's got his opinions on things, and I like anybody that's willing to give, to articulate why they're passionate about something.
Okay.
For sure.
And then I'm going to give Rice DP one just because I saw somebody giving him a little bit of giving him some problem on the board. I don't particularly like this person. So, yeah, how about you, Rice?
If anybody's going to pick on Rice, it's going to be us.
There you go.
He's our bitch.
There you go.
Hey, you know what? It don't bother Rice, man. He don't care.
Rice got my full respect.
You can't stop that man.
Can't
stop him.
No.
Argue with him. I dare you.
Yeah. And then you're going to spend the next 2 hours.
Dude's on the clock. He don't got nothing else to do. He don't care.
As long as it's between 8 to 5, right?
Yeah, right.
And after that, you have to catch him the next day.
How you going to get fired on your day off?
Business days too.
Cole?
Yeah, I got 5.
Okay.
Reed, Reed.
Wow.
He had a dang good one, man. Just got me. It was very clever. I have to reward it. In my story for Abram Eisenhower, which is an awesome, awesome name. He said, "Man, if Auburn signs both Abram and Israel, we might finally make it back to the promised land." It's very clever.
Little milk and honey. Yeah.
He also commented in the Reed Ramsire thread. His name is Reed. It's spelled the same. He goes, "Don't worry, guys. I'm all Auburn. We're good."
Got it. I got this one.
Yep. Horace from 3.
Good one.
Yeah. Very good one.
Just words of encouragement, man, from him. War Dam, DAM.
Okay.
He said, I don't know if it's not for everybody. When I do the film threads on the board, it's not for everybody. It's for some people. I get it. He says he prints it out and watches it on his TV and learns from it. And man, that is
really
just a level of dedication I didn't know people would go to for it. It makes me want to keep doing it. I love it. So appreciate him. And then my other 2 are helping me out. They both help me out. D-Rake, D-Rake, R-A-K-E.
Okay. D-Rake.
D-Rake. And then Ben Jammer, 925.
Ben Jammer. It's a little too close to Rammer.
It is, isn't
it? I have several, so I'm just going to read them off.
Okay.
How about you, Tony Stevens, 8? Mr. Soul, how about you, big dog?
I like
How
Mr.
about
Soul.
you to Alan freaking Head?
Ooh.
How about you, Alan Head? How about you to Carter Man 427? How about you to TMH34?
Yep.
How about you to South Owl Tiger? How about you to Shoeless Joe Jackson?
Okay. Get in there, Shoeless Joe.
I hear you, Shoeless Joe. He got it. Yeah. How about you, big dog? How about you to North GA Tiger?
Yep.
How about you to Jackson-3, not to be mistaken for Jackson-4.
Or the Jackson 5.
Oh, I like it. Even better. How about you to Austin Faison? How about you to Blake R? Blaker.
There you go. I like Blake.
Oh, Blaker.
Blake.
And then how about you to Ford AU? And how about you to Coach's Burner for the call-in? Did y'all notice the call-in graphic?
Oh, yeah.
You see, Coach's Burner.
That was awesome.
That wasn't it. So how about you, big dog? We appreciate that now. Making us look bougie. You know? Looking bougie on that call-in show.
You know, people that see that, they're like, man, that's got to be pretty cool. And then they just see the 3 of us just sitting here.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is high-end shit right here, man. I got to see this show.
I think they got the wrong link.
Turkey, but I got 2 lamps with 2 different bulbs in it. Alan can't spell WDE.
Not at all, baby.
Cole's internet don't work half the time.
And that's not the only 3-letter word I've said on the show. So
this link ain't working.
Yeah.
We like to have little giggles in here. And
every now and again. A
little shatter too. Slip out. I've had a couple tonight, man. I've been really trying to Man, I want to promise our audience I'm going to do better on my 4-letter words.
I hear you.
I am. I'm going to really try. I'll let a few slip tonight. I'm going to do better. I'm going to, we got the J head bucket over here.
Yes, the J head bucket.
I'm going to have my dirty mouth bucket over there too.
A lot of days since an accident on that too.
Yeah. I think we got it for $34 and have 34. It's at 34 for about 6 weeks now.
Yeah, I'm gonna start charging JG though. That's where we're going with it next.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
good. Get him good. $5 a pop. $5 a pop. All right, JG. Folks, man, fantastic show. Thank y'all for listening and watching. We appreciate y'all. Don't forget Brunt Workwear. Go to bruntworkwear.com. Get you Brunt Work Roots for $10 off. Using the promo code War Eagle. And, of course, don't forget about Caleb Schofield there, Glenn Smith. Give him a call, 334-531-0996. Tell him we sent you, or tell him you want to have about you. It don't matter to me. Just tell him one of the two. All right, we'll be back Monday night, 6:30 Central Time for the corner call-in show. I don't know if we can best the past one, but we'll dang sure try.
There you go.
And how about that made me think, how about you to Gus freaking Malzahn?
Oh,
yes.
How about you, big dog? How about you? How about you to Gus and Christy Malzahn?
For sure.
Great people. Great people.
I truly hope they do end up on Lake Martin and just enjoy Gus as best you can.
Absolutely.
I know you're going to be coaching high school football. You can't sit still. I know you, but
yeah.
I know you, but that's okay.
Dade will look out. Here he comes.
100%.
All right, folks, that's going to do it, man. Like I said, look for us Monday night, 6:30 for the call-in show. We're going to do our best to bring you a good one, another good one. That's going to do it. So for Cole, for Alan, for Zach in the back who stayed in the back, I'm Jeffrey Lee, man. Y'all stay in that left lane. See ya.